Hello and welcome to your weekend Pilates. Who wants a body by Pilates? I do. I'm really passionate about Pilates because out of all the different types of fitness that I have tried or taught, it is the one that probably transforms my body the most, inside and out. Like strength that I can feel and results that I can see. So if you're doing this video, good on ya. You're gonna feel it too, and you're gonna see it too. All right, I just got a tickle in my throat. It's not COVID, don't worry. Oh yeah, you can't even catch it through the film anyway, so really, don't worry. I don't have a water down here, but that's okay. If I really need one, I can go get one, and then I can just edit that part out. So that's the beauty of these pre-recorded videos. All right, so for our Pilates class today, we're definitely going to be getting a good burn. But we're also going to feel really refreshed and long and lean after our class. And we're going to start out seated. Today we don't have any equipment, but I think I'd like to add a little bit of equipment in soon. If you have a foam roller, so you know they're like usually like about this big around, you know, like yay wide or so, and you can roll on them to release your fascia and to roll out your sore muscles after a workout. If you don't have one, you might want to invest in one. They're really, really great for your body. If you do have one, you'll know all about the pain and gain that comes from foam rollers. So we might start using one of those soon. Also, if you have a small exercise ball, or like, you know those kids balls that you can get from like Walmart or whatever, they're usually like $7 and they're like about this big and they're quite sturdy, but, oh Freya, she's like dancing in front of the camera. They're quite sturdy, but like a bit softer, like not, I don't know how to describe it. If I can find mine, I have Spider-Man one. Did you guys hear that? She's like, you can't see her, but she's a little wave. She's like, hi. Oh, Freya. Then that would also be a really great prop to invest in for our Pilates classes coming up, because I would really start to like using, I feel like that didn't come out right. I would really start to like using, I'd really like to start using props. How is that so hard? Oh, okay. Here, take your verbena facial soap from our hotel room with you with organic shea butter. Ooh, it smells nice through the package. There you go, Great. Okay, so we're going to start out seated, and we're going to just practice going through our neutral spine to C curve. So basically, if we were in yoga, this would be kind of like a seated cat-cow. So we're going to find our neutral spine, which is where we're sitting up tall. We're not arching our back, but we are sitting up with a really nice tall spine. Really, Freya? Not right now. Like, you were fine. You were just fine until I hit record. So we're going to sit up really nice and tall, slide the shoulders down the back. We're going to inhale here into the ribs so we can still keep that belly button drawn back. And then as we exhale, we're going to just tilt ourselves back so that we have a C curve in our spine and our sit bones are still rooted firmly to the floor. Inhale back up to that neutral spine. Exhale, C curve. So in our cat-cow, we usually go way back. In this one, I'll sit this way so you can see a little bit better. So in this one, here's our neutral spine, C curve. Neutral spine, C curve. And just fold back and forth. We're going to inhale into the ribs here. Exhale, belly button to spine. Oh, you opened up the soap. Okay, let's do 3 more. Just starting to warm up the spine, getting our synovial fluid moving. Good, come on, back up to your neutral spine, sitting nice and tall. And we're just gonna do a few shoulder rolls and shrugs. So we're going to inhale the shoulders up to the ears. Let them drop. Inhale and drop. Good, 2 more. Good, and then just roll those shoulders a little bit. Getting that blood flowing to the joints, warming things up. Getting ready to kick some ass, take some names. Good, and then bring yourself back to center. We're going to take our left hand to our right knee, just coming to a gentle twist. If this is a little bit too constrictive for you, then you can keep this hand on the left knee and keep the twist open. Inhale back to center. We're going to take it to the other side. Again, hand goes where it's most comfortable and most available for you. Come on back to center. We're going to bring the arms out nice and wide here and just keeping ourselves rooted firmly to the mat, so we don't want to be wiggling around everywhere. We're just going to do a few little circles here. Finding that nice Pilates breath, so into the nose, out through the mouth with a little bit of force so that you can engage the abdominals. 3, 2, and switch the direction. So with our Pilates breath, it's designed to help detoxify the body. It's also designed to really help maximize your abdominal engagement. So make sure you are breathing out with a little bit of force on that exhale through the lips. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, bringing them back to center. We're going to keep our palms facing down, and we're just going to draw those pinkies back towards the wall behind us. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Palms facing up, and we're just going to pulse a little bit here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. You can go ahead and let the arms come down. That feels really nice and active in the arms already. Isn't that crazy? Like we're not even holding weights or anything, and feel how much you can feel that right in your shoulders. Awesome. All right, so we're going to transition to a kneeling position. Oh, I feel like I've got something stuck in my pants here. Oh, I do. A little prickle pokey. All right, so coming into your quadruped or kneeling position. So hands are below the shoulders, knees are right below the hips. We're going to walk out our left hand and our right leg. Find your neutral spine here and engage the abdominals so that you are locked and loaded in this killer position. Exhale, we're going to lift. Inhale to lower and tap. Trying to bring that bicep right up by the ear and squeezing with the glutes of the hamstring to bring that leg all the way up in line with the spine. Toes are pointed. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and holding up at the top, we're just going to do little circles with both. For 3, this is hard, isn't it? 2, and 1, other direction. For 3, 2, and 1, bring it back to center. We'll take that right to the other side. Yes, we will. Sorry, I was just looking at what's coming next. All right, so we're going to walk out the opposite hand and opposite foot. And again, inhale here. Lock your abdominals in place with a nice neutral spine. Exhale. Nothing else on your body is moving except for that arm and leg. Almost like a marionette effect. Good, keep it going. We want those hips to be facing right down at the ground. So if you need to pause, check in, adjust the hips if you need to, and then get back to it for 3, and 2, and 1. Holding an extension here, those little circles. It's really hard for the brain. For 3, 2, and 1, bring it back to center, switch the direction. For 3, 2, and 1, good, back to center. We're going to send it back into our child's pose or a shell stretch. Taking a nice deep breath here. Good. Bring yourself back up to tabletop position. We're gonna come into a knee down side plank. So I'm gonna leave my right leg down. I'm gonna extend my left. Right hand is right below my shoulder, and my top hand can just be on the hip or behind the head, whatever works for you here. We're going to exhale, squeeze, oh Freya, squeeze our belly button back towards the spine and lift that leg up. So if you are at the point in your fitness where you're just holding here, that's totally okay. If you want to add some movement, we're gonna just add some little circles. Now I want you to think about your hips and your torso here. We don't want anything moving or rocking. We want everything to stay perfectly still, so that just as if this is a Barbie leg, we are just circling our leg, and our hips and our torso are staying perfectly still. For 3, 2, 1, go ahead and reverse the direction. Remember to lift up with the pelvic floor muscles and send that belly button back towards the spine. For 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. You can let that toe come down. We're going to rotate to face the mat. You can come into a knee down plank if you like, or you can extend the legs. We're going to do a few push-ups. So find your nice strong plank, knee down or full, whatever works for you here. We're going to inhale on the way down, exhale up for 4 more. 2, 3, last one. 4, you did it. Inhale, downward dog. And then go ahead and bring yourself into that tabletop position one more time. We're gonna send our left leg out behind us, bending the knee. We're going to inhale, lengthen that leg, squeezing with the hamstring. Exhale, flex the foot. Heel comes to the glute. So inhale to extend, point the toe. Exhale, heel comes to the glutes. Just like that. Again, we want that both of our hips to be facing the mat. Good, belly button is squeezing back towards the spine. Pilates is very much a full body exercise. Two more here. Last one. Good. Bring that leg so it's bent 90 degrees. Foot is flexed, and we're just going to do some little pulses here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the leg nice and long. We're going to exhale, draw it in. Sorry, inhale here. Exhale, shoot it out behind. Inhale, out behind. So we want to make sure we're not doing this with the body. We want to make sure that we are moving slowly enough and methodically enough that we can keep our torso nice and still. Our hips are not moving. Really lifting up through the pelvic floor and drawing the belly button back here. For 2 more. Last one. Good, draw that knee back into center. Take a nice child's pose. Send that breath all the way down into the glutes. You worked really hard there. You totally deserve this stretch. Inhale all the way up to your tabletop. We're going to keep those knees nice and wide, and we're just going to do a few hip circles here to loosen that back up again. And then on this next one, go ahead and reverse the direction. I love doing Pilates because it's the best I can compare it to is when I was a swimmer, a really regular swimmer. That's what my sport was growing up, was swimming. I had long, lean muscles. I felt really strong. I felt tall and open in my body. And I find Pilates does the same thing for me, as well as, I don't know, I think that's probably the best way to sum it up. So I'm so glad that you're on the mat with me here, doing Pilates, so you can have that exact same feeling in your body. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing, but on the other side. So you don't have to turn around. I did, so I can face the camera with this side. All right, so We are going to open up into our side plank. So this time I've got my left knee down and my left hand down, and I'm extending my right leg. Now, just checking to make sure that you're not rolling forward and that that front foot isn't in front of you. You want it to be right in line with your other knee, and you want your hips stacked to the ceiling and the floor. Again, top hand can be on the waist or behind the head, whatever works for you. Draw the belly button back towards the spine. Lift with the pelvic floor as we lift that leg. Good. Inhale here, right into the rib cage. Exhale, little circles. So this move is killer for our core. I'm sure you can feel that. Yes, we're targeting our side butt. We're also really getting into our inner thigh as well. For 3 and 2 and 1, let's reverse the circles. For 3, 2, and 1. Where did you find that? Come on back down into your tabletop. We're going to do a few more of those push-ups. We're going to do a different style of push-up this time. So we are going to come up into our down dog. We're going to do pike push-ups. We're going to do 5 of these. So in your downward dog, as you inhale, we're going to spread the elbows nice and wide, lowering our head, aiming for in between our hands. Exhale, all the way up. Only 3 more. 2. Last one. Woo! That's a good one. Go ahead and drop the knees into your tabletop one more time. We're going to send our leg out behind us. Good. Extending the leg nice and long. Inhale here. Exhale, flex the foot. Good. Squeeze it in towards the glutes. Inhale for length. Exhale, squeeze. So it's up to you to create your own resistance here with your hamstring curls. I want you to imagine that you've got an elastic tied around your waist or your upper thigh and your ankle, and that you are stretching that elastic out. And then as you squeeze back together, you're really preventing that elastic from just boing, springing your leg back in. So you're extending and contracting with control here. For 2 more. Last one. Good. Finish off by placing your leg 90 degrees at the knee and exhale. Good. Little pulses here. Again, check in and make sure that you're not lifting this hip. We want to keep both of our hips square to the mat. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw that knee back in. Exhale. Shoot the leg long behind you. Inhale, knee to center. Exhale, out behind. Good. Really focus on lifting the pelvic floor and bringing the belly button back towards your spine. Good. 2 more. Last one. Good. Draw that knee in. Knees are nice and wide. Send it back into your child's pose. On your next breath, we're going to bring it back up into those hip circles again. So inhale forward, exhale circling all the way around and back. Inhale forward one side, exhale the other back. Good. And when you come forward this time, we're just going to switch the direction, sending those hips all the way over. Good. Taking it up into our downward dog. If your wrists are starting to get a little bit tired at this point, definitely add some extra cushioning so you can roll up your mat a little bit. And then when you're doing that, definitely give yourself room to let your fingertips come down. If you put your fingertips on there, it still creates a lot of compression in the wrists. So by, oh, thank you. Thank you. So put your hands in such a way so that you can let your hands tilt down a little bit off of the cushioning. downward dog. We're going to do a few calf raises here. So bend your knees if you need to. Take the spine nice and long. Then extend through the back of the knees. We're going to inhale up, exhale down. Good. Keep that belly button drawing towards the spine for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop the heels. Inhale. We're going to bring the right leg high in the sky, and we're going to do calf raises on just our left leg now. So exhale. Exhale as you lift this time. For 3, 2, and 1. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, nice and high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, nice and high. Exhale, knee to nose one more time. Good. Inhale, nice and high. And we're going to float that leg down, take it to the other side. So, float the left leg this time. Keeping our hips nice and square. And squeezing with the glute to lift our leg. Inhale to prepare. Draw the belly button back towards the spine. Exhale, lift. For 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Float that leg all the way down. We're going to walk ourselves up into our forward fold. Take a little break here. Nice breath. Exhale, slowly roll yourself up, drawing the belly button back towards the spine. How was that one? Hey, ladies. Oh, thank you. Yeah, don't wave that at mama. No, you can wave it over there, though, if you like. All right. Oh, thank you, honey. Yeah, we don't want you to chew on that very much anyways. All right. So here we are, standing. What are you going to... Hi. You want to say hi to the ladies? You say hi. Hi to the ladies. All right. So I'm going to face this way so you guys can see a little bit better. So I'm going to inhale up onto my toes for a calf raise. Exhale, I'm going to bring my hands down, sweeping them all the way through, and I'm going to come down into my chair. So inhale all the way up. Exhale, down. If it's too much to stay up on your toes, feel free. You can even come down on your feet, whoops, as you come down into your chair pose. Good. As you come down into your chair, really send that booty out behind you. Tuck the tailbone slightly and draw that belly button into your spine. Good. 2 more. Last one, standing way up at the top here. We're going to stay up on our toes if we can, bringing our arms out nice and wide, coming into those little arm circles one more time. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch the direction. Really use your core here for good balance. For 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly lower it down. Roll the shoulders if you need to. And we're going to come into some lunges. So we're going to get into our position. I'm going to step back with my left foot. Right, Freya. Feet are on 2 separate tracks here. And I'm just going to check my stance. So I'm going to come down into my lunge. I want to make sure that I've got 90 degrees at my knee, directly above my ankle, and that I'm able to have my back knee right underneath my hip so I can come into 90 degree, kind of like this cool running man thing, right? Good. So we're going to come up nice and tall. Let's bring our hands in front of us. I'm going to grab my opposing elbows here. So I'm inhaling here. As I exhale, I'm going to come down into my lunge and twist over towards the right from the waist, okay? So my hips are still pointing square to the front. Exhale, over to the side. Inhale, back up. Exhale. Just moving with your breath at your pace. Really getting into those obliques. Working multiple major muscle groups at the same time is incredible for fat burning and time management in our workouts. For 2, last one. Good. Let's come down into our stretch one more time. I'm going to drop my my right hand. I couldn't figure out right and left there for a second. Right hand, I'm going to raise my left hand, and I'm just going to come into a little bit of a side stretch here. Good. Go ahead and step your back foot up to meet your front, and we're going to take it to the other side this time. So again, I'm stepping back with my right foot now. Feet are on 2 separate tracks. This is for good balance. And I'm going to just check my stance and make sure, that I can have a nice 90-degree in everything I'm doing so that I'm stacked properly with my joints. Now I'm going to bring my hands in front of me one more time. Inhale up at the top, lengthen through the legs. Exhale, over towards the side. Right. Good, you guys got this. For 3 and 2. Last one. Good. Come on back into your lunge. I'm going to drop my left hand this time and inhale, reaching my right hand all the way up for a nice side stretch here. Good. Come on back to center. I'm going to inhale at the top, exhale, roll myself down into my forward fold. Planting my hands, I'm going to step back with my feet and slowly lower down onto my belly. We're going to finish off with a few back exercises here. All right, so to start with, we're going to do our, it's the one we did in our HIIT class at the end the other day, kind of like a side swim. I don't really remember I don't know what to call this one. I haven't seen it named before. So what we're going to do is on our belly, we're going to take our head down onto our stacked hands. We're going to inhale, draw the belly button back towards the spine, and exhale, lifting up, keeping our hands glued to our forehead. We're going to inhale at center. Exhale, we're going to swim ourselves all the way over to one side. So I'm bending at my waist here, reaching my fingers towards my toes. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side, reaching for the toes. Inhale back to center. So I'm using my back muscles to keep myself lifted, and I'm really getting into the obliques from a different angle by working them this way, on my stomach. Good, 2 more each side. Good, and this is it. Bring it back to center. Go ahead and rest down. You can rest a cheek. We'll take a breath there. Awesome. We'll bring our hands to stack once again. You can look at me to start with, but when we do the exercise, I want you to place your face down onto the mat, onto your hands, so that you are not straining your neck. So what we'll do is we're going to take our legs about as wide as the mat. We're going to bend into our knees, and then we're going to bring our heels to touch with our toes pointing out in kind of like a, what do you call that, a plie position? Where your toes are pointing out and your heels are together. So to start with, we're going to draw the belly button up, and exhale, we're going to squeeze the heels together. We're just leaving everything on the mat. We're just squeezing the heels together, and you can feel as soon as you do that, not only are you working into the glutes, but you're also going to be working, you can feel your pelvic floor muscles activating here. So I really want you to focus on squeezing your entire pelvis, so your glutes and your pelvic floor muscles. So inhale to prepare, draw the belly button back, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax the grip, exhale, squeeze. You can go ahead and relax your face or your forehead back down onto your hands. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. This time what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze the heels together, and every time we exhale, we're going to float the knees off the mat. Inhale to lower them down. So we don't want any crunching in the lower back. This is just working on our glutes and our hips. If this is uncomfortable for you, then just go back to squeezing the heels together. So again, resting the head down onto the hands. Inhale to prepare. Lift the belly button away from the floor. Exhale, squeeze together and lift. Inhale, return and relax. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Now, even if you're only lifting, oh my goodness for you. Even if you're only lifting, you know, just a tiny bit like this, that's totally fine. Totally fine. You really want to use your core here to make sure that you're protecting your lower back. For 2 more. Good, last one. Awesome, release the feet, keeping those knees nice and wide, hands beneath the shoulders, press it back into your child's pose. Awesome. Inhale, draw yourself up, and we're just going to make our way onto our back for a little bit of core work on this side. All right. Right, Freya? So we're going to come into the corkscrew. This is I really like this one. So you can leave your hands down alongside your body, or if you have a really hard floor under you, this can be a little bit hard on your tailbone. So if that's the case, you can make your hands into a little diamond and just place it right underneath of your tailbone, or where it's most comfortable under your seat. And it just kind of gives you a little bit of extra space there. It's like a hemorrhoid donut. All right, taking one leg and then the other one up. We're going to, there we go. We're going to cross our ankles. Now, if you need a little bit of a bend in your knees for your lower back, that's totally fine. I want you to find what's most comfortable for you, because the more accessible you make the exercise, the better you can execute it. So we're going to draw that belly button back. You guys are probably sick of hearing that, but I cannot cue it enough, because guaranteed we are forgetting it, and that's okay. It's not your job to remember every time, otherwise you wouldn't need me. So, finding a comfortable extension for your legs here, draw the belly button back. We're going to inhale, and as if we're tracing around the face of a clock, we're just going to do some little circles here. Inhale at the top, exhale down and around. And we want to make sure that we're keeping both of our hips down on the floor. We don't want to be rocking side to side. We're using our core to keep our pelvis really nice and stable. Good. One more. Bring it back to the top. So 12 o'clock, we're going to switch the cross of our ankles, and we're going to take it around the other way. Seeing if you can make really nice, even little circles. So just focusing on drawing that circle with your toes on the ceiling. And if you have a bend in your knees, it's looking like this. Good. For one more. Hug the knees in towards the chest a little bit. Good. So we're going to take our feet together and our knees wide. I've got my toes touching here. This is one of my favorites. I haven't done this in a long time. It's a little butterfly. So with this one, again, of course, feel free. You can place the hands beneath the seat here to give yourself a little extra room for your tailbone if that's more comfortable. So with this one, when we have our heels pressed in towards our body, we're going to be squeezing our knees as wide as we can. Then we're going to extend our legs about 45 degrees, turning the toes out wide. Good. So this will be the exhale. Inhale, heels come in, knees go wide. Exhale, Heels come together, toes are wide. And we're squeezing, we're zipping our legs up and squeezing with the inner thighs. All right? So you can try one or two of those. Again, toes are touching, knees are wide, and then the heels come together as we squeeze the inner thighs. Good. All right, so now we're actually going to do it. All right, we'll start at, this is our starting point. Inhale here, draw the belly button back. Exhale. So now the harder you want to make it, the longer you can extend your legs, and this will be easier. Harder, easier, okay? Inhale back to the starting position. Exhale. Good. Wherever you are, you want to make sure that you can still have that belly button drawing back towards the spine. As soon as your abs start popping out when you're trying to do an exercise, then that's a clear sign that your core strength isn't able to keep up with what you're doing. And that's okay. You're working towards it. Let's do two more. Last one. Good. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Awesome. You guys did amazing. That was fantastic work. That was a really, really challenging class, and you totally nailed it. Go ahead and place your right foot on the floor. We're going to take our left foot across our right knee and just draw it in for a nice glute stretch here. You can grab onto the thigh. Of course, if you're really tight, you can always just leave your foot on the floor and just press this knee away from you, whatever works for you. Sorry she's so noisy, but you know what? It's better than crying. She's so happy. You should see her in the corner. She's dumping out all of the toys in the toy stand. She's in a pile of toys, and she's thrilled with herself. So taking this right leg long, we're going to just draw our left leg across the body here, keeping our left shoulder down onto the floor. You can switch your breathing to in and out through the nose. Bring yourself back to center. We're going to take that to the other side. So we're going to bring the right ankle across the left knee this time, hugging in or finding a variation that works best for you. I am super tight in my glutes. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. Stretch as long as you need to. Extend the left leg long, draw the right knee across the body. Good, bring yourself back to center. We're going to bring the knees in and just have your hands lightly on your knees. We're going to do a little bit of rolling like a ball. This is amazing for your spine. If you try it and you really don't like it, if it's not comfortable for you, that's okay. You don't have to do it. So I'm going to start here. I'm just going to gain a little bit of momentum so I can massage through my spine. And then the full execution is, so basically my toes come down to just touch on the mat. I'm going to roll back just to my shoulders, and you try and get your toes to land in the same spot every time. Not rolling past your shoulders. You don't want to be rolling onto your neck. This is a real Pilates move. Last one. And then go ahead and spring yourself up. Cool move, hey? All right, last stretch here. We're just gonna get into our traps and the side of our neck. So I'm going to take my hands, Freya, I'm gonna take my hands behind me, interlace my fingers, and I'm gonna draw my hands over to hands are actually like crooked in my waist here. And I'm gonna keep this shoulder nice and relaxed. And then I'm slowly going to draw, so this is my right hand behind me. This is my right. So I'm gonna drop my left ear to my left shoulder. And of course, feel free to roll the head forward or back, wherever you need to for your stretch. Dad. She's a huge daddy girl. Oh my gosh, anytime she senses daddy's around, da. Good, bring yourself back to center and just roll the shoulders out a little bit, gently releasing. And we're gonna take it right to the other side. So I'm interlacing my fingers. I'm gonna do it the opposite way this time. And I'm gonna draw everything over to the right side so I can drop my right ear over to my right shoulder. As you can see by my lack of movement, I have very low mobility in my neck. And I just work with it. I work with my range of motion, I work with my mobility, and I just do the best I can there. I want you to take a couple deep breaths here, and each breath you take, on the exhale, I want you to really relax through the pelvic floor. So inhale, not that you're drawing it up, but on the exhale, I definitely want you to consciously relax the pelvic floor. Bring yourself back through center, roll it out a little bit, and you are done. Thank you so much for joining me. So you might be wondering, sorry, I'm just gonna fix my hair because it got a little crazy from being upside down there. Yeah, I know it's straight today. Fun. So you might be wondering, what's with all the pelvic floor talk? How come we're really focusing on our pelvic floor today? For a multitude of reasons. It's part of building a really strong, balanced, deep pelvic stability and core muscle strength. So our pelvic floor muscles are part of that. They're all kind of like jumbled up together, like everything kind of connects and it's part of the puzzle. So it's part of that deep core strength. The other part is for your own personal health, your feminine health, your sexual health, all of it. So after having kids, most women experience difficulty with incontinence after giving birth. And that's because the pelvic floor muscles, it's not even that they're weakened. It's almost, dare I say, like a prolapse. It's not really prolapse, but everything gets pushed down and forced out like this. So when we re-strengthen the pelvic floor, not just by doing Kegels, but by actually like integrating it fully with the rest of our deep core, we can then correct and draw everything back to its proper location and form and functionality. And this helps us with so many things. So number one, of course, you are going to experience suddenly, oh, I don't pee a little when I sneeze or when I laugh or when I jump on a trampoline. Because like, hands up, who would love to jump on a trampoline? It's so much fun. I have a rebounder. Well, it's my son's. We got it from his little indoor trampoline. But like, I would love to do a rebounder workout because I can jump on trampolines without any issue. It's fun. I'm telling you, you're missing out. Second of all, it's for sexual health as well. Yes, health, also pleasure. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just gonna come out and say it. You will start waking up these muscles inside of you, and sex will become so much more pleasurable. You may experience lack of sensation or lack of vaginal tone, and strengthening your pelvic floor muscles will really help with this. So you might wake up some new sensations, you might be able to perform some new tricks in the bedroom. And these are not just for the benefit of your partner. I mean, of course your partner would benefit too, but this is for your benefit, for you to experience more pleasure, for you to have more fun, right? Like, wouldn't that be awesome? So I'm so glad you worked on your pelvic floor with me today and that you got a smashing full body burn. Like, that was killer. You guys did amazing. Thank you so much for yet another week together. And again, on behalf of your mind, body, and spirit, I thank you so much for taking time to take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.